you don't understand. This is unbelievable. Wow!
Hey guys, welcome to this video where I'm working on this Ford Fiesta today. I was going to be doing one of the usual ambient light installs, and it's going to be a different car, so I thought I'd film it. Let's jump into having a quick look around the car. So without making this too long, I'm going to jump into straight away. Starting off with the rears today, it's got manual folding rear windows, so they don't make it as easy to install normally. So I'm going to first find a way. Ooh, that came off nicely. Probably be a little clip of some sort. Don't know why this is so difficult with seems like this guy don't want to come off, or eventually it does come off. It comes off and flies off. So we got these little clips that go on, so really don't like them, but that's how that's held on. Sure that this comes off first, but there we go. We pop this one off first, which pop off from the top and then kind of like pull it out that way. And then we got a screw just there and a screw just there. Screws at the bottom, another T20, so then hopefully a removable tool in somewhere. And that's it. Let's see if we've got any power wires here. Don't think we do that we can tap into. So it might be we need to use one of the other kits. Shouldn't be a problem. Okay, that's the first one there. Oh. There's a lot of clips holding this in. Oh gosh. Really not sure how this guy goes and gets any further out from here, but gotta figure it out, because if it can be done, obviously the door card can come off one way. I just don't get why it's been made so difficult to remove. Seems ridiculously tight. It doesn't even make sense. I know there's screws underneath here. This is so impossible to take off that it's just, it's like, what's the point?
One eternity later.
Oh my gosh. Right, that was unnecessarily difficult. Let's just check behind this guy. Yeah, there's going to be a screw there as well. 8mm. So it's a 7mm place over here. So that's how you remove the door cards. So I'm gonna go do the same on the other side, and then we'll look at doing the center console next. So got all the door cards off, everyone. Now we need to look at removing the screen, getting access to the trim around here basically, and also let me just put these guys down there. So I think I need this trim removal tool to pop off this guy back here. Well, it's a little bit more tricky than you would think. Got to be really careful when using metal. Oh, there we go. We've got some luck over here. Get the plastic one in quick. Pop this guy off. Ooh. Right, so we've got these screws, well, I should say bolts over here. I'm gonna hope that the 7 mils. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Then we should be able to just jimmy that out. Yeah. Oh, it's one of those really awkward clips. Probably best to try and get from underneath here. That's the screen remove. Actually, I'm going to put it down this way. And we should be able to just pop up most of this. Okay, I'm going to leave that there for now, because the next area we need to get access to is the center console. So I'm just going to disconnect this for a little bit. Let's see, is this all clipped on probably? Ah, there we go. Yep, it was all clipped on. I'm just gonna figure out how to undo these clips. They look a little bit funny. What on earth is this guy? There we go, okay. That's one. That's a really interesting clip for this USB port. These two parts, you just gotta push them apart a little bit and it pops off. And this guy, it's a little clip at the back there. We've got the live and earth there that we're gonna tap into. So the kit that I'm using is a little bit different. I'm just planning how to do all the wiring for this. Probably have one tube going across the whole thing there. To probably get one fiber optic tube going from this side over to the other side and have 2 lights going to that might be the best way around it. Don't think we need to do this one as well, although there's no harm in looking at what it's like behind here. So let's just look at popping this guy off. Might be able to put a strip across here. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll do the footwells, the doors. Happy days. Right, so let me show you all the kit that we're using. So this is the kit that I'm using today. Now I've got the ambient lighting for my normal kits, which I'm going to switch out. These footwells are a little bit brighter, but the owner of the car specifically said he doesn't want the footwells too bright, so I'm going to be fitting these ones on instead, just to kind of change it up. It's not too bright, it's not exactly dim, but it's not as bright as those. They obviously have a lot more LEDs. These ones are quite good for the amount of LEDs that are on them. There's only 3 in each, and they do come out quite nice. But this kit is all connected through from one live and earth, which is great because with the rear doors only having manual controls, I spoke with the owner of the car and he said he's happy to go for this kit instead, because it means that he can get ambient lighting through to the rear doors without having to add all this extra wiring coming through all around. This kit's kind of just basically simplify it a little bit more. The next stage right now is putting all the fiber optics into the right areas, and then we can go from there. Pulled this panel off just over here. It's pretty easy to pull off. You just got to get a trim removal piece and it just pops out. I've drilled a little hole just over on this side here. You can kind of see my finger through it. So that's where fiber optic's going to come through, and I'm going to bring the fiber optic tube just across this way and then slot this back in. These pieces here, the heater control and stuff, and the little tray that goes here, they actually just pop off, so I just thought I'd take them off to make my life a little bit easier, which helped because it's just allowed me a lot more space to put away all the wiring nicely. So there are wires attached to them, these clips and this one here, so just be mindful of those when putting it back together. So I'm just gonna basically route around all the wiring that I need to start putting some bits back into place. Here's the other thing that I'd like for you all to know that I've done. is I've put the fibre optic LED down through here, down into the center console area, so that will all be fitted across nicely. I'm just going to put a strip across now and then start putting all of this back together. And what I've had to do here is with the cigarette lighters, the number 3 is the one that you want to wire up the live to. That will allow the car basically to have the ambient lighting on only on ignition. So that's the last of this all done. I've actually got the rest of the car done. I'm just gonna finish up tidying away all the wiring, getting it all looking nice and flush. So everyone, that is the car all completely finished. I thought once I've finished, I want to go for a few things just to kind of help you out when it comes to doing this yourself. Taking this section off on both doors, once you've kind of unclipped the front side, it's important to pull it this way towards you and not just upwards. That will help it slide out. The other thing that I wanted to make you aware of is this part does not come off the door card as easily as it does on the front. So after I got this part off, this section here, you can kind of pop it off a little bit to get the fibre optic through. The way I've done it is because of the way the fronts are, where it's just after the top curve, I've also continued the same with the rears. And as you guys can see, there is a small cable running through from inside the car back out. Now I've routed all the cabling kind of like underneath the seat into the pillar and everything. You know, unfortunately with time restraints and stuff, you can't always go a complete extra mile. I'll always try to do the best I can in the time limits. And even this one, to be honest, I thought I'd get this car done a lot quicker than it's taken me. It was a lot more work in terms of the doors and just in general moving things around. Finding that fuse, the right fuse to plug into, that was also hard work, but eventually got there, which is the important thing. So I think without further ado, let's have a look at what the car looks like.
Can you see the reflection? Like
Yeah.
it looks like it's
Yeah.
there anyway.
And you
I
know
think
the
that's
thing is,
perfect to me.
when you
Wow! Oh, you don't understand. This is unbelievable.
So everyone, here's the situation. It was late in the day and I was pretty fatigued from working on the car and stuff. I didn't actually get to film an outro to it, so this is that outro. I just wanted to say I hope you all did enjoy the video. I did it a little bit different in the sense of, you know, doing the point of view, and kind of I skipped over the parts of how I put in the fibre optic into the doors purely because of time restraints, and I was trying to be quick, and obviously setting up the camera and, you know, getting everything aligned, it does take some time. So I just kind of went full steam ahead. But I will like to say that, you know, I've edited most of the video right now. I'm just looking to add this piece on at the end. The part that I mentioned about the doors with regards to how I slotted them all in and stuff, it is exactly as that. Once you take the door card off and you start looking at it, you'll see where you can slide the fibre optic through to get it to look the way I did. I actually do have to say that the Fiesta was a lot harder than I anticipated it to be. Yeah, it was pretty challenging to work on, but you know what, it just took a lot of time. Those two front door cards, taking that plastic thing off to get to the bolts, genuinely that took me probably the best part to 45 minutes to do both sides. Worst thing is I had most of it recorded for the driver's door, so I had a large amount of footage that I just don't need to use. That's part of the game. I am here trying to educate you all and, you know, give you guys some ideas and inspiration towards your car build. So if you found this video helpful, enjoyable, or entertaining in any way, please give it a thumbs up. Gives me the reassurance that I've done a good job with regards to things. And also, if you want to see more car content from me, loads of builds and, you know, just general car work, then please make sure to hit subscribe and follow me on Instagram. But for now, everyone, I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye. Oh, on YouTube, select some nice videos for my viewers to watch, please. Thank you.